Peace be upon you. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another beautiful, not just Friday, beautiful day. Yama Jumu'ah, the day of assembly. Allah called all his creation, his humanity, and those of us who believed in him and the oneness to praise him. We come to Jumu'ah to praise Allah and ask Allah for forgiveness. We come to Jumu'ah to get revived. We come to Jumu'ah to get that energy back and start all over again. Our week of turmoil and struggle. And what is the Jumu'ah about? Reading Allah's word and just covering community. Again, reading Allah's word. And what Allah says? Worship me. But he tells us in the Quran, through the angel Jibril, to Prophet Muhammad, how to worship him. So let's start with the Quran. Most of us know this, or heard this, studied this, and familiar with this. Surah 2, ayats 1 through 3. Alif Lam Mim. This is the book, and it is guidance, sure without doubt, to those who fear Allah. This is the book, and it is guidance, sure without doubt, to those who fear Allah. Those who fear Allah. We getting guidance from what? The book. Who believe in the unseen, are steadfast in prayer, and spend out what we have provided them. Arabic, Alif Lam Mim, Dalika Kitabu La Rayba Fihi, Huda lil Muttaqin, Alladhina Mu'minuna Bigaibi, Wa Yuqimuna Salata Min Razaqnahum Yunfiqun. Okay. So, just in these first three ayats, but the main part is guidance in the book. A direction. For who? For me, for you, for all of us. For the community of Al-Islam. Again, first three ayats in here is talking about what? Community. Unity. The Jamaat. The Ummat. The family. For those of us that didn't know, or those of us that do know, your community starts with who? Right. Your community starts with you. Then it goes to what? Your family. And your family expands into where? Everybody. Everything. You incorporate what? Not just the little people around. You incorporate your environment. And what's in your environment? Nature. The natural order of things. The trees, the birds, that which sustains you, the water cycle that people want to go through there, the heavens and the earth, that which rotates and recycles and goes around and around and around all over. That's what Allah is talking about, the community, that which he gave you that formed and fashioned and just gave life. So when we look at the community, what we say? Well, Imam Muhammad made a statement one time. Hopefully some of us will be able to go back and check the statements. He says, as Muslims, service to God is our purpose. But how do we serve God? We serve him by living our religion, Al-Islam. The religion gives us concepts of our personal and community life. And we serve Allah by living that religion that best we can. Whatever we do as Muslims, we conform to the Muslim life and the Muslim community. This is service to Allah. Let me say this one more time, because I thought that was very profound there. Whatever we do as Muslims, we conform to the Muslim life and the Muslim community life. This is service to Allah. So again, the Muslim life is joining you to the community. The Muslim life is joining you to your neighborhood. Your Muslim life is joining you to each other. The Muslim life is joining me and obligating me to be what? Your brother, a father, a figure in our environment. And that's what we have to stand upon. That's what we have to look for, community life. We have to expand not just our information in Islam, but ourselves to the community. We have to join the community on other things. We have to reach out, not just here in Elizabeth, not just in Newark, not just for those who have ties to New York City. We have to reach out all over this nation. We got to go to Chicago. We got to go to California. We got to go wherever it takes for the person to know about your community life. And then they'll recognize you as the Muslim. You don't have to put a title on. You don't have to put a kufi on to say I'm Muslim. You have to be involved. That brings people closer to you. Why? Because that's what's going on. That's what's missing in most of our communities. We do individually stuff, but we're not working together. And we have to work together. We have to become that you say, that foundation. One brick builds another brick, and that brick expands until we get a house. The house that Ibrahim, may Allah bless him, built was based on the community, was based on the oneness of Allah. And that's what we got to focus on, getting toward that Qibla, getting toward that foundation, getting toward that direction. We got to build ourselves and our community. We have a long way to go. And I brought you something else on community because I miss the community. I know we have a community life here, but I miss the community. The ties that hold us together. You know, a lot of people want to tell you about Jamat, Umat, but the Umat and the Jamat all represents what's in your heart. The Imam always talks about our heart, the qalb. He talks about that which was inspired to you, but he said that the heart, most of the time, is connected to the soul. But that soul and that heart, it tells the brain what to do. It tells the brain what to do, the heart and soul. You can't go wrong if your heart says don't go that direction. If that fear or that internal feeling you come from, it came from your Creator, Allah, who gave you that vice germ or that germ of life. And that germ of life, what is it supposed to do? It's supposed to spread. If you look at the science of it, that's how it comes about. It divides, the cell divides and divides, and it builds and builds. And Allah allows His creation to build something in you, to build something in that woman who does that for you. All right? It also takes us to another place. It takes us to a place where Allah says, in this thing here, Imam Muhammad was talking about worship again. He was saying the cross for those who believe. Again, Surah 2, 1 through 3. He also says that in saying, worship Allah as though you are seeing Him. Quran mission to advance the process of freedom for the human intellect and rational potential. You cannot enslave a man's will or potential. You cannot enslave a man's will or potential. The potential for us, potential for most of mankind is working with others. You can't grow without someone else. Be it your wife, be it your children, be it those that you get in your environment. All right? So we're going to talk about the free, the don't. So we know that the mission of Allah's word in the human life and society is to advance the process of freedom, and not just the freedom of the physical body. The distinction is very important to the African American people who think of freedom in the circumstance of their own life and history. When the word freedom is mentioned, it usually strikes the African American as freedom from physical bondage and physical restrictions. But that's not the only person that it stops you from being physical restriction. Those of you who live here in America know that there is restrictions, but there's no real restrictions on your mind. There's no restrictions on where you want to climb and where you want to go. The restrictions is those of us who are Muslim, those who say we come under the ban of Islam, are not working together. I was going to say taught, but it's not about being taught. It's about being able to be creative, about being able to see that it's an advantage of everyone working together to promote Islam. The people say, well, we want to give out the dawah, we want to exchange gifts, we want to work with the church background, we want to work over here with this minister, or we want to work with the politician over here, and that's what we're supposed to do. But we also have to have a banner of what we want Islam to do, and how we want Islam to grow for those people, those believers, those who want the culture, because our religion is a culture for us. It's a way that we're trying to bring people back to what? Morality. 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 Yes. And how do we do that? By standing up. By putting down that which is wrong. By telling all the people, you can do a whole bunch of things, but you got to do it according to God's will. You have to be focused. You just can't say, oh, no, no. If you're doing something that's against God, you're doing something that is immoral, you tell them no. Last. Not supporting that. Support that which is good and forbid that which is bad. And surely Allah is going to bless us. Moving off our Father. Assalamu alaikum. Jumuah is the best of all days. It's the day of assembly. It's the day that we, as Muslims, come together. And we come together for, like you said, to praise Allah. Again, all praises be to Allah, who granted us this day. Not just Friday, this day. A lot of spirits, a lot of souls are being taken back to Allah today, yesterday, the day before. But how many of us reflect that we woke up today? How many of us reflect or thank Allah for allowing our spirit to come back in this body and we can start all over again? Yes, we are allowed to come back again and start all over. Not just praising Allah, but giving to His creation. We started out with community. How can you give to the community if you don't know what you're working with? Your book told you this is the book, and it is guidance, sure without doubt. So what is the doubt? What's in it that we're looking for besides the purpose? Everybody learns how to serve Allah the best way they can and how they know how they can. They accept what the word is and apply it to themselves. Apply it to your heart. Apply it to your family. Then apply it to the community. That's how Islam spread. It didn't spread because someone was saying, oh, praise be Allah, Allah, there's only one God. No, it spread it because of the character of Muhammad, alayhi wa salam. It spread it because the people that followed him, his wife, his nephew, his best friend, saw that it was something better in him today than it was yesterday, even though he had the best example, and he was doing the best. They saw more than that. They saw divine intervention. And you can't see something if you're not following. So those angels that you say that's on your left and your right, we know they record everything we do, but they also record how much you applying this book to you, how you step outside, how you interact with those in your community. How many of us interact with someone? The Imam mentioned before, a smile will take a person somewhere that had a bad day. Sometimes a great word. What is the word? I'm thankful for the heavens and the earth. I'm thankful for water. I'm thankful for the Creator who watches over me every day. I'm thankful for the soul that came back and gave me that life, that generation. Some of us is old enough to know, oh, I got this pain today. I can't get out of the bed. Oh, my shoulder's hurting. They told you, oh, it was arthritis. I don't care what they told you it was. If you pray to Allah, you be like, I feel better. I could do this. When things are troubling you, do you go in the book? Do we look in the Quran? Do we ask Allah, Allah, save my soul, smooth my heart, relieve this pressure off of me? Do we go back to the book? It doesn't matter if you know which chapter you got to go to or who spoke what. The real medicine is bowing down to those who bow down. The real medicine is bringing that lonely heart and that lonely spirit. They ask you to do it early in Fajr or before Fajr prayer. They ask you to ask Allah to make supplication. They ask you to stop and reflect. So how many of us take the time, whenever we get up, before we start your day, your evening, your morning, and reflect? Reflect on those blessings that you receive. Your fingers is moving, your eyes open up, you still got your feet and your toes. Brothers always talk about, when someone always complain about, oh, me, this is my problem. But do you think about the person that don't have those things at all? Any limbs? Person got to sit in a wheelchair, but he ain't got no legs. Person got to use a walker because everything is not as functioning as it was before. Do we think about the people that have been here? And sometimes we have to think about the older people. When I say older people, someone older than yourself. All right? Do we know what they're really going through? But yet they struggle and fight to get up and do it again and again and again. Some of them have simple routines. They want a cup of coffee. They want to go to the kitchen and just touch around, but they feel they need their independence. And what's all that about? The mind telling the body what to do. Also, we have to look at that. That Allah allowed the person to be here for 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, 90 years. We got a lot of people living in America over 100 years now. And do they have all their faculties? Do they have the same strength they had when they were smaller? We sit around, we look at the little children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, whatever. And they running around high energy, and you making you tired just looking at them sometimes because you want them to slow down so you can, try to just share some of that energy. But you can't even share that energy because you take you a little while to get it together. You're like, oh, okay. But it's great to see that. But what are we imparting on that? What are we sharing with any of them? Allah asks us to talk to the baby as soon as they come out the womb. And he asks us to repeat the Shahadatain to that baby. And every time we see that baby, we're supposed to say, La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, as a reminder. But you don't have to always use the Arabic, but you have to let them hear the words. Why are we not letting our children hear the words of Allah? Our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. And I say our children, that's right. My children going to be grown. Still repeat to them, La ilaha illallah. Because you told them that before. Reverence the womb that bore you. Reverence your Lord who brought you here. Because that is what's important. That we give Allah the praise. That is important, that we build a community. By reminding them, their soul may come back. They don't have to practice the peace. That's what the religion say, right? Al-Islam, the peace. We come to the peace. We come to walk a what type of life? Submitting ourselves to the will of Allah. So all of you who are Muslims, those of you that's in peace, those of you who strive to follow what Allah asks you to follow, think about it. You became Abdullah first, servant of Allah. How important is that? Allah didn't ask you to be a Superman. He asked you to be a servant. How do we serve Allah? By manifesting that which we understand in His book. By manifesting one principle, if that's what you want to call it. If the person says, oh, I know this guy here because he's Muslim because I always see him go to prayer. Or he makes the prayer at 5 times a day. That's one principle. They know you from that. If the person says, every time I go to them, the person always honest, or we got fair dealings. They know you for fair dealings. They know that you're not trying to cheat them. If that's what someone calls it. Or make extra money. We don't care what it is that they know you for. We want them to recognize you and recognize that you're a part of their life, their community. Please remind, not your brother, not your sister only, but those that you contact, that I'm part of the peace. I'm going to say it again. That I'm part of the peace. Meaning that if you don't know what Islam is peace. Allah said he created everybody Muslim, one who worships him or one who directs their life to him. But do we as mankind, do we as a community remember there's only one Allah. There's only one Allah. Again, only one Allah. With that, I want to leave you with Assalamu alaikum. All praises be to Allah. May Allah continue to bless us as a community. May Allah bless those Muslims throughout the world who are suffering, who are going through oppression, who are fighting wars against not just Islam, but the community, humanity. Because there's a lot of misguidance and misdirected things going on in the world today. So with that, we say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Let's go to Kakama to Salat. Ameen.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.